Hello everyone, my name is Amanda, and for this project I analyzed ads from both Women and Men magazine to look at gendered patterns in advertising. I focus on how men and women are portrayed differently, especially in terms of beauty and strength and caregiving and power and responsibility. I use both descriptive statistics like counting themes and qualitative evidence, meaning specific ads and images to support my findings. I'm going to start with women's ad. One of the strongest patterns I noticed is that women are heavily portrayed through beauty, skincare, and body maintenance. For example, in the Dove and Ivory deodorant ad, the language focuses on being gentle, hydrating, and restoring the skin. These ads suggest that women need to constantly maintain smooth, flawless skin, even in places like their under armpits. The Mary Kay lipstick ad also reinforces this idea. Even though the ad includes women of different races, all the models still fit a very specific beauty standard. Clear skin, perfect makeup, polished hair, and suggest that diversity is included, but only within narrow beauty expectations. From my data, most of the women's ads related to appearance, skincare, or beauty routines, which show how femininity is closely tied to physical appearance. Another major pattern in women's ad is caregiving and domestic responsibility. For example, ads like Fancy Feast, The Peanut Pet Food, Swiffer, and Mr. Clean, and Honey Nut Cheerios all assume that women are responsible for pets, cleaning the home, managing family health. Even when women aren't shown in the image, the ads are placed in women magazines and use languages that target women as household managers. The Fancy Feast ad especially stood out to me because it uses heart imagery and words like love and petite and reinforces nurturing roles and even linking femininity to fortune control. Overall, these ads reinforce traditional gender roles where women are expected to take care of others, children, pets, homes, and even emotional labor, on top of managing their own appearance. Men's ad. Now moving on to the men's ad. Men are usually portrayed as a strong, active, competitive, and usually are in control. Ads like Gatorade, Bengay, and Muscle Meds focus on performance, endurance, and pushing through pain. These ads suggest that masculinity is tied to physical strength and competition. The Muscle Med ad is a strong example because it promotes extreme muscularity as the ideal male body. This creates pressure for men to appear powerful and physically dominant. Outdoor and athletic ads like Gore-Tex also reinforce masculinity as being adventurous, independent, and capable of handling challenges without help. Another big theme in men's ad is status, control, and providing. Ads like Chevrolet, Ford, Zillow, and Montblanc portray men as decision makers and providers. The Chevrolet and Ford ad frame men as responsible for family safety and leadership. The Zillow ad emphasizes legacy and home ownership, suggests masculinity is tied to financial success and stability. Luxury ads like Montblanc link to masculinity to sophistication, confidence, and sexual appeal, reinforcing the idea that men should display status and control. From my data, men's ads really focus on caregiving or domestic labor, which contrasts sharply with women's ads. I would say the course connection. These patterns connect strongly to concepts from our sociology course about gender roles and socialization. Advertising reinforces what society expects from men and women by repeatedly showing women as caregivers and beauty focused, while men are shown as strong, powerful, and independent. Even though some ads appear modern or inclusive on the surface, they still rely on traditional gender expectations underneath. This shows how media plays a role in maintaining gender norms over time. Well, in conclusion, my analysis shows clear gendered patterns in advertising. Women are mainly portrayed through beauty, care, and responsibility for others, while men are portrayed through strength, power, status, and control. These ads don't just sell products, they also reinforce the ideas about what it means to be a woman or a man in society. Seeing these patterns made me more aware of how common and normalized these messages are in everyday media. Thanks for watching.